you saw.
Like how every living thing is made out of water, how they know that.
Something parroted from the Bible in 2 Peter chapter 3, verses 1 to 5. So the Quran steals from the Bible and you attribute it to Muhammad, whereas you don't go to the source of that.
What chapter?
2 Peter chapter 3, verses 1 to 5. So why are you taking the miracle of the Bible and attribute it to Muhammad again?
I didn't know that was in 2 Peter.
You just made my point. You didn't know the Bible, so you left the book you did not know for a book you don't know. Now, Avery, if you want to read it for us, 2 Peter chapter 3, verses 1 to 5.
This is now the second letter that I am writing to you, beloved. In both of them I am stirring up your sincere minds by way of reminder, that you should remember the predictions of the holy prophets and the commandment of the Lord and Savior through your apostles, knowing this first of all, that scoffers will come in the last days with scoffing, following their own sinful desires. They will say, where is the promise of his coming? For ever since the fathers fell asleep, all things are continuing as they were from the beginning of creation. For they deliberately overlooked this fact, that the heavens existed long ago, and the earth was formed out of water and through water by the word of God.
So why did you take a biblical truth that Muhammad parroted and attributed the miracle to Muhammad, not found the source of it?
Well, it seems like the Quran is a bit more specific. That's all literal.
You sure? So angels are living things, so they're made out of water too? See, you're going to now bury the Quran, because the Bible's actually more precise. So angels are made out of water?
I don't know.
Wait, everything. No. You said the Quran's more precise, so you just dug the hole deeper. So if everything, that means now you believe angels are made out of water. The sun is made out of water too?
If that's the sun? What?
Made out of water?
No.
No, but everything. Come on now.
Every living thing.
Oh, so the sun is not living? It's dead? Angels are not living? They're dead? Genies are not living? They're dead? Rats? I mean, we can go on. Allah too? Allah's living? Was he made out of water?
Well, he's uncreated.
Okay, but everything doesn't mean everything, right? See, that's what I'm trying to get you to see. You're taking a statement, everything, and running with it, because if you're going to take it that far, then you're going to create absurdities, because that means angels are made out of water, genies are made out of water, stars are made out of water, and Allah. Oh, no, but no, everything doesn't mean everything. Exactly. So the Bible's actually more accurate, precise than the Quran.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'll just have to look into it.
Well, it's not as you look into it. If these are the things that impressed you to become Muslim, then you really had no good reasons to become Muslim. So what other miracles of the Quran, and then you ignore all the mistakes of the Quran? Because you're going by science, right?
Yeah, like how did they know the worker bees were female?
Okay, so you go with the fact that the word for bee in Arabic is a feminine noun, because in the Semitic languages, nouns have gender. It's either masculine or feminine. And assume because it's a feminine noun, that shows scientific accuracy, as opposed to seeing it as a feature of the language. Because I can play that game with you in Proverbs 6, 6 to 8. The word ant there is female, and it is scientifically now demonstrated that the ant, the worker ant, the ant that commands other ants, is a female. How did Proverbs know? See, that's stupid argumentation.
Yeah, I guess so.
You get my point? That's silly, because Semitic languages, nouns have gender. So just because it so happened that, let's say, the word for bee is feminine, and science demonstrates that it's the female bee, well, hold on, Proverbs 6, 6 to 8, the worker ant, that's a feminine noun, and science has shown that the other ants is a feminine. See? Allahu Akbar! That's silly, stupid argumentation.
Yeah.
You agree? But why do you ignore all the scientific mistakes and blunders of the Quran? For example, since you're appealing to science, can you show me a scientist that thinks the Earth existed before space, sun, moon, and stars?
No, I don't know if I could.
But I can show you the Quran says the Earth was there before the sun and the moon and stars. Can you open up chapter 2, verse 29 for him?
It is he who created for you all that is in the earth. Then he lifted himself to heaven and leveled them 7 heavens, and he has knowledge of everything.
Okay, so notice the sequence. It says he created what? The earth. Then, thumma, he lifted himself to heaven and leveled it 7 heavens. Show me a scientific journal or a scientist that says earth was created, then Allah created the heaven, turned it 7 heavens. Which scientist says the heaven is 7 heavens and it was created after the earth?
Yeah, I don't know what that 7 heavens mean.
All right. This is the thing. See how convenient it is?
Yeah.
Anything you don't know, I don't know, I'm going to have to search. Why didn't you have the same attitude when it came to the Bible? Why didn't you have, you know what? I don't know. Let me search out the Bible greater depth and find my answer. Instead of rushing to follow religion, you have no clue. Let me give you a couple more. Go to chapter 41, verses 9 to 12 for our friend.
Ask, How can you disbelieve in the one who created the earth in 2 days? And how can you set up equals with him? That is the Lord of all worlds. He placed on the earth firm mountains, standing high, showered his blessings upon it, and ordained its means of sustenance in 4 days. This is hilarious, totaling 4 days. Hold on, let me go to an actual.
So now, do math for me, help me, because I had a hard time passing kindergarten, Trenton. It says the earth in 2 days, but then the mountains and its sustenance in 4 days, right? Yeah, it says 4 days, but then what happened? What came afterwards?
Yeah, and I've heard them explain this as some of it was overlapping or something.
Even good, that's fine, because if you heard them explain overlap, the earth was still created before the heaven. Yeah. The heaven was smoke, and then it was turned into 7 heavens, and then the nourishment, right?
Yeah.
You still got a scientific error. Which scientist says the earth was created when the heaven was still smoke?
Yeah, I don't think any do.
And yet you believe this, and you follow this?
I mean, I didn't.
Read it for him where it says, because he didn't read it all. 41:9-10. 2 and 4, but then notice the earth is already existing, but the heaven is smoke. Read for him verse 11 and 12.
Then,
thumma, the word thumma, it's not parallel, it's sequential, chronological, contrary to those who butcher the Arabic, but that's okay. You'll see that the heaven is still smoke at this stage, while the earth is already fashioned. Impossible, because you cannot have the earth not existing in space. Space must have expanded, the universe expands it for the earth to exist within it. You can't have the earth and then the heavens still smoke if you're going with science, because that's what you're doing. You're going with science to prove the Quran. And read for him 11 and 12.
Then he turned to the heaven when it was smoke, and said unto it and unto the earth, Come, both of you, willingly or unwillingly.
So you cannot speak to an earth to come together with heaven while it's smoke if the earth wasn't existing.
Yeah. They said, We come.
They said, so just in case you were doubting, the earth is already there while the heaven is smoke. They said,
We come, obedient. 12. Then he ordained them 7 heavens in 2 days, and inspired in each heaven its mandate, and we decked the nether heaven, the nearest heaven, with lamps, and rendered it inviolable.
Violable. That is the measuring of the mighty, the knower. Okay, so now help me, Trent. Quran says earth was created 2 days. Heaven was still smoke. Earth was there. He called heaven and earth to come together. That means they were not together. How the hell does the earth exist outside of the heaven? I don't know. But that's one of the mysteries of Allah. That's one of the miracles that may not become Muslim. And then the heaven was smoke turned into 7 heavens. So can you point to me to any scientist who will say, all praise be to Allah, all ham to Allah? This is true and I'm going to become a Muslim and take Shahada?
No.
All right. Now, what do you do with the fact that the Quran says the sun sets in a murky water, and Muhammad explained it, not poetically, but literally, in the Sahih Hadith, chapter 18, verse 86, and I'm going to give you the Sahih Hadith, where Muhammad says, this sun sets in warm water.
Yeah, I've looked into this one, asked about, and, they were telling me that's,
no, I know what you're telling you. That's his vantage point, right?
Yeah, it's...
But that's not what it says. But, okay, even if we go with that butchering, that's not what it says. But Muhammad in the Sahih Hadith didn't say, it looks to us as it's going down. He asked Abu Dhar, do you know where the sun sets, Abu Dhar? He goes, Allah and his messenger know best. It sets in a warm spring. He didn't say it looks as if it does. And that's a Sahih narration in Sunan Abu Dawud. So you know this verse, right?
Yeah.
Look what it does not say. Till when he reached the setting place of the sun, it didn't say, and it looked to him, he found it setting in a muddy spring, and found a people thereabout. It didn't say, it looked to him as it was setting in a muddy spring. Just like he found people nearby, he found it setting in a muddy spring. But let's butcher the Arabic and say it doesn't mean that. All right. How are you going to butcher Sunan Abu Dawud? Let me get you the hadith. Let's see what Muhammad says. Muhammad, where does it set? The translation of the meaning of the 50 hadith of Jami al-Ulum al-Hakim, volume 2, pages 319, 320. Abu Dhar narrated, once I was with the Prophet, riding on a donkey on which there was a saddle or a piece of velvet that was at sunset. He said to me, O Abu Dhar, do you know where this sets? Not where it looks to you as if you think it's setting. Do you know where it sets? I said, Allah and his messenger know better. He said, it sets in a spring of murky water. Then it goes and prostrates before its Lord, the exalted in might, the ever majestic under the throne. But since the grading of the hadith is not here, we're going to go to the one in Sunan Abu Dawud that says it's Sahih. Scroll down.
It was narrated by Abu Dhar. Abu Dhar said, I was riding behind the messenger of Allah, while he was on a donkey, and the sun was setting. He said, "Do you know where the sun sets?" I said, "Allah and his messenger know best." He said, "It sets in a spring of water." Sahih.
The grading is what?
Sahih.
Now, I give you the online version. There it is. I just sent it to you in private. So he doesn't think I'm making up. Here's sunnah.com. Here, it's a sahih narration. Muhammad didn't say, it looks to us as if it sets. No, it sets in warm water. And I just gave you, Trenton, even the link. There it is. That's a Muslim site, sunnah.com. Where does it set? I replied, Allah and his apostle know best. He said, it sets in a spring of warm water, hamiyah. And what's the chain? Sahih in chain. So why did you ignore all these scientific errors and mistakes of the Quran?
I was told it wasn't as literal, and so yeah, it was just a way of interpreting it differently. But can I ask about some others as well?
You can ask me about the Quran as you have.
There was a hadith where it was saying Muhammad was saying to dip the fly all the way in the water, and then there was some study about.
Yeah, I know that. Okay, now, did you bother looking at where that study came from?
Yeah.
Where did it come from?
It was some country.
It was a Muslim.
Yeah, it was a Muslim country.
How convenient. So a Muslim tells you that when Muhammad says if a fly falls in your drink, dip it, because one wing has the disease, the other wing has the cure, right?
Yeah.
But even the study that they gave you, number one, it's a Muslim study.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, that study, if you read it, it says that the pathogens are in the belly of the fly, which means Muhammad is wrong because he said the cure is in the wing. So if that study is right, you just buried Muhammad. So is Muhammad right or the study is right?
Probably the study.
Oh, so you admit Muhammad is wrong. So why are you following him?
Yeah, I'm just going to have to think it over and see what others have to say.
And will you seriously, because I'm going to take you up on the challenge. I want to meet you. Would you seriously take a fly with its millions of bacteria on its wings and its feet and actually dip it and drink it? Because I'll pay for me to see it because I'll record you. I'll take a fly, I'll dip it in your drink, I'll record it. Would you do that?
No, sir.
Say it again?
No, sir.
So you just bid on Muhammad because you don't trust Muhammad.
No, it would be sunnah, right? But
why? Well, you said you wouldn't do it.
I thought it was because they were in Arabia and that it might have been much more scarce, and they didn't want to put anything to waste.
So it's cultural. It's a cultural thing.
No,
so you're putting the 7th century culture of a nomadic Arab. So notice your God. He's stuck in the 7th century because prayers are in Arabic. So you got to recite the Quran in Arabic. You got to just like a 7th century Arab, and you got to then perform the sunnah of a 7th century Arab. And this religion is for all mankind in all places? Really?